Yeah, yeah. What's happening? What's cracking? Let's get some original music going. Yeah. Word up. Alright.
It's the weekend. I'm a freak man. You a Puerto Rican, I'm a mama peeking over here seeking. Got what you need. Heart beating, toe curling, we on the speaking. Got your body licking, ain't seen nothing like me. So what you frontin' for? I make it look like origami when you bent on all fours. Reach over and under.
Body on top of yours. Give me them drawers.
Spread that ass.
Connect four. Damn.
Come a little closer. I have you in now. Attraction to is real. What?
I'm too cocky now.
Stop. I'm not trying to take you home. You have something. I like to get to know. My lips hits your moan. Tell me what you drinking on and buy me one. I'm a boss player. Life is fun. We take what we want. I get it done. Call me Pappy. Call me Daddy. This one is catchy. Call me Mr. All my hoes be happy. Yeah.
And how you feel about that? Until the day I die, we live in the stacks, duffel bags full of money is getting us double back. Oh, we double back, we are destined to double that.
Huh. Alright, that's original music. Alright. I recorded that about 5 years ago. What are you gonna do? We can rap. I was born like that. Right, so if wishes were horses, even beggars would ride. I want to remind you that life isn't about your wishes and staying home and doing nothing. You must be a man, and men do things and create things and make things a reality. So if horses were wishes, even beggars would ride. All right, so this is episode 2. This is about confidence. Hey, yeah. We're talking about confidence today. I'm your host, Noble Casalupus, and the honor is yours. What I flagged earlier was a Playboy sign. Yeah. So if you ever see that in pictures, you know where it originated. That's the Playboy sign you throw up in pictures when you're a player. So remember that. It's no gang stuff or anything. It's just a Playboy sign. So get it right and do that. And remember me by that. All right, episode 2 is about, my program is about confidence today. So we're going to talk about that. And you always want to look like you know what you're doing, even when you don't. I got that from Joe Rogan. He didn't say it directly in that way, but he said in one of his episodes, darn near about 5 years ago, where he was expressing that everyone seems to know or think they know or act like they know what they're doing, but they don't. But everyone seems to play that game. So fake it till you make it. I don't like that terminology, but you know, understand what I'm meaning because it's an old terminology. If you act like you know what you're doing, you're gonna actually get further in life. Because people like to follow leaders, and you want to be that. So be that. Be a leader. Pro tip, off subject, cut your own hair. $10 a haircut, sometimes $20 a haircut, $12 a haircut. I think it was $8 when I was coming up, and then I tipped the guy $1 or $2. I'm a kid, and I'm tipping. So if you tip, we know what side of the political spectrum you're on, because people on the wrong side of the political spectrum, they tip less. Okay, so you know what side of the political spectrum I'm on, because I tip, even when as a child. So cut your own hair. And a person I was living with when I was much younger, I told him that you win in life by failing. Failing is how you learn in life. Young men, 16 to 25 or even above, failing is how you learn in life. And by failing, you succeed. This is how it's done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you can cut your own hair and save a lot of money. What? Let's say it's $10 times 52 weeks a year. If my math is correct, that's $520. Let's double it. $1,040. Say you have $20 haircuts. If you learn how to cut your own hair, you're gonna save $1,020 a year, $1,040 a year, whatever. So yeah, with all the tips and everything included, yeah, why don't you do that? You can save a lot of money and learn a skill that you might take on the road with you in the apocalypse. The apocalypse might drive you crazy, man. All right, so we're working on to improve confidence. To improve confidence, you have to do things that are outside of your skill set. Just outside of your skill set. Now, what's outside your skill set? Well, I don't know. I do not know. All I know is that I never sold anything to anyone before when I was a personal trainer, and I had to sell people outside of the gym. I've never done that before. But I had the confidence of a personal trainer working out, and had the confidence of someone that has sold a package inside the gym. Now I had to sell a package to a 20-pack, which costs them $1,000 20 years ago. So I was charging, I was charging them $55 an hour. So was that $1,100 if my math is correct, with a 20-pack? And I had to sell them outside the gym, so I didn't have the gym backing. I had to come with my own merit, give them a free session to show them what I can do, and had them write me a check for $1,100 when I was 22 years old. That's a lot of money 20 years ago for a 22-year-old that didn't know how to be a salesman. Did I not know how to be a salesman? That may be a lie. I sold knives. I won't say the name because I don't do free advertising. I sold knives door to door for a company that has some sharp knives. Like, my parents didn't like the knives that I sold because they got the free ones that I gave to them, and they would cut their fingers. And you don't cut your fingers on sharp knives that are not super sharp. These knives were known to be efficiently sharp. So my parents would cut their fingers, and the last time I used it, I cut my finger. So I was like, chill. This thing is dangerous. I should carry this on the subway. Yeah. So doing something outside your normal realm of reason is how things are done and how you get confidence. So I sold a package to people that I never sold before, never seen before. I did that, and it was able to sell them. I became confident, and I did it over and over again for 20 years, which is why, after a fashion, I would consider myself a successful salesman. Yada, yada, yada. All right, so where I learned to also develop confidence is where my father would take me. I love this shirt. I always get compliments on this shirt. It's a great shirt. Look how cool it is. I even seen men from across the street look at this shirt and be like, they give the head nod. I also get that with my leather jackets too. The men freaking love it. But it's a respect thing, not a homosexual thing. All right, so my father used to go to the grocery store, the hardware store, whatever, just talk to the people. Hardware store back in the days were only filled with men. Sometimes they're filled with women. Sometimes, which is kind of weird. But grocery store, I would go with my father. We would buy vegetables, and we would come to the grocery line. And he wouldn't flirt with the women, but he was always talk to them. So I'll give you a scenario. So that's where I learned to be charismatic everywhere I went, everywhere I go. So I'll speak to the woman at the counter and be like, hey, every time I'm here, you're here. I don't understand. Why? Do you work here? And then she'll look at me like, what? Yeah, I work here. Duh. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, so you work here. Gotcha. Then she'll smile because everything I said was retarded and stupid. Then I'll see her smile and I'm like, oh, that's a nice smile. I love your smile. Yeah. You go to the dentist? She'll be like, yeah. I was like, I can tell. I can smell your breath from here. Then she'll look at me like, and I'm like, yo, I'm just playing. Yo, yeah, I don't need a bag. I'm good. I got a backpack. And then, what's your name? Cool. Lisa? Yeah, that's nice. My name's Leon. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, Leon like Leon me, Leon like the lion. Yeah, in Spanish. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. So that's what we're doing every time. See, I'm not trying to get her phone number, though it could happen in the future. She probably gets hit on every day working this type of job, but I'm not interested in hitting on her right away. I'm just building rapport. I'm going to be stupid and funny, modestly cocky every single time. All right, we're at 11 minutes, yeah, so let's speed this up. So that's how I learned to talk to people, by watching my father. That's why fathers are so important. I got an MMA story. Building confidence. You want to go boxing, running, playing basketball, meeting new gentlemen. So you make new friends, which is cool. MMA, I used to watch a lot of MMA. What do they call that? With Dana White. What do they call that? Whatever. I'm not advertising. All right, so Dana White has this MMA show that they put on twice a month on pay-per-view. And what's good about that is it teaches you confidence. I went to, in, 6th Avenue in 27th, between 27th and 29th Street, yeah. And I went to a martial arts store, got some videotapes. That's what I did. And what happened was, back in the days of VCRs, not 20 years ago, 15 years ago perhaps, what happened is I watched the videos and I did the jiu-jitsu. This is a guy that he would bury people after he beat them. He would dig a fake hole. You know who I'm talking about. The guy, the Mexican with the blonde hair that didn't really look that Mexican with the blonde hair, short haircut. He used to dig a hole and bury people and dust over the grave. He was a great one. So I followed a couple of his techniques and I tapped out a couple of people. So what happened is I went to my first event at a gym. Confidence. I knew what I was doing. So you need to do research on the craft that you want to hone. I did research on MMA, tapping people out, jiu-jitsu. I went to class and I started tapping people out smaller than me, my size, and people larger than me. Yes, people larger than me on my first day. And people asked me, how long have you been practicing jiu-jitsu, which is a martial art? Yes, a martial art that I studied for about 4 days before I went to my first class ever. Honing a craft, studying and being prepared for life. That's how it's done. So, at this time, I went to jiu-jitsu class, and what happened was, I was just tapping people out, and people asked me, how long have you been practicing jiu-jitsu? This is my first day. I know it's your first day here, but how long have you been practicing jiu-jitsu? This is my first day. And they're looking at me like, Okay, I know it's your first day here, but how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu? And I had to say, I have never done jiu-jitsu in my life. I just watched a lot of videos at home because I went to a martial arts store. And I watched the videos over and over again and practiced them in my mind. And I came here. They're like, wow, really? And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm tapping people out, putting people in arm bars, leg locks, triangles around their head with my legs, but I've never done this before. And everyone was pretty impressed. So I studied Russian martial arts, approaching 16 minutes. Yeah, so confidence is built on going after something just out of reach. Just out of reach. I want to make sure my microphone is working. This would have been a total waste of time if my microphone wasn't on. Yeah, so without confidence, you're done, son. Remember that. That's what's happening. That's what's cracking. This is the program. Without confidence, you're done. Without confidence with the ladies, you're done. Without confidence trying to get a job, you're done. I do not like working for the man. I like working for myself. But when I do get a job, I walk in there confident. And I interview the interviewer to make sure I want to work there. And they deserve my hard work. I interview the interviewer. And that's how it's done, son. Yeah. You gotta be a smooth criminal. Like Michael Jackson. That's how we're doing. That's what's cracking. That's what's happening. You know what I mean, man? Come on, man. Joe Biden. All right. This episode 2, my program, and the honor is yours, because I'm Noble Casalupus and I'm honorable. Dan the Man. Check out Dan the Man. This episode number 2, Built on Confidence, is sponsored by Dan the Man. If you don't know what Dan the Man is, Google it. It should be on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. It's a cartoon that looks like Super Mario. Yeah. All right, we're not going to say the whole name. 'Cause we're not doing any free advertising. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? All right, anything what I would like to... all right, so my father was in a grocery store. That's how we learn confidence, by example. And working on your confidence, you have to go after something in your skill set, but beyond your caliber. Hopefully caliber is not a too big of a word for you. Cut your own hair, because that saves a lot of money. That's a pro tip. I cut my own hair. The last time I went to the barber was easily over 3 years ago. And before that, easily 10 years ago. So I've been cutting my own hair, even though I'm bald. But I've been doing my facial tune-ups for whatever. I'm not going to the barber to spend money. That is a faux pas. If you don't know what a faux pas is, look it up. What's happening? All right, education is everything. So remember, read. For God's sakes, freaking read. And we're going to take you with an outro. We're going to cut this. Well, we went long today, but we had to do it. This is what's going on. And all right, in the channel, as I always say, to help 16-year-olds through 25. I am Internet Dad. I'm also known as Noble Casalupus. I am Noble Casalupus. The honor is yours. And I am Internet Dad, and I'm just helping fatherless children. You can always call me, email me, write in. Any way you can contact me and get in touch with me that's feasible. Take upon yourself to do so, because I'm always around. I'm like Beanie Siegel. I don't do much.
Twisted, get you killed. I rap with niggas that will crack up that glass shit. When that I got to go in the track, I can't move. A song I can't do.
What's the matter with you?
I keep it live, baby. Crazy, straight fire. When you feel this right here, son, use a lie. When that I got to go in the track, I can't move. A song I can't do. What's the matter with you? I keep it live, baby. Crazy, straight fire. shit. Niggas run that pro-trap kid, split when I spit. Yoking them chicks. Let them take a lick of my lips. To throwing fists, don't wanna hear no part of sharing my dick. Find me in the midst of multiple tits, multiple flicks. Itty bitties and cups, fucking multiple chicks. I take it to the limit.
Oh my God, I get in it.
Thinking 'cause the way I look, something must be insufficient.
All right, the test.
Come here, grab a feel on my chest. Use your tongue, fingers, teeth, whatever.
Next, supple hard. I'm leaving battle scars in your board.
Know you fucking with a rock.
When you talking retard, I spit until you slip on the floor. I'm street core.
Raw for that for a minute.
For the round of the applause, you heard me, y'all.
I run with a squad to bury you all. Screaming Fort Knox without the props.
We seen you frauds.
I got to move in the track, I can't move. A song I can't do. What's the matter with you? I keep it live, baby. Crazy, straight fire. You ain't feeling this right here?
All right, we bugging out. We going to 21 minutes. We gotta shut down. We have to shut down. That's what's happening. This is your boy Noble Casalupus, internet dad, always around to show support to the youngins coming up. I love you. I haven't even met you yet. I love you. Take care of yourself. Always holler at me. I'm internet dad 2, the number 2. So internetdad2@gmail. Always hit me up. I'm always around to respond. Because I'm a player like that. That's what's happening. Let's go. East L, Elmont, Belmont Racetrack. Yo, Elmont Memorial High School. I'm from the Blizzard, so NetRag. All right, too many shout outs. I'm out. Yeah.